Yeah.
And then I've never heard you say this on TV. No one's ever asked you this in any of the podcasts. Who are your top 3 favorite rappers of all time?
Yeah, you asked me that, and I'm like, okay, I mean,
Now
I
you
got
have
a
time to think
fucking
about it.
I got a boring answer, right? I mean, so you know, I mean, Puff Daddy was a rapper when I was like a kid. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, Puff Daddy to me was like a legend.
Yeah,
Jay-Z to me was a legend. Also, I love his
absolutely.
entrepreneurship. Okay.
Yeah,
And I would recommend the book by Michael Eric Dyson, biography of Jay-Z. I mean, the guy started out as a drug dealer in Queens.
sure.
And so, and then the last one is LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James. And, I think I'm biased to him because I loved his music back in the day. I mean, he's now an actor living out in LA,
Yeah,
but for about 12 years, he lived here in Manhasset next to me.
that's so
And
cool.
we developed a relationship, and our daughters liked each other. And he was a very down to earth, good dude. And let me tell you something, you would aspire to be in the shape. I mean, you
Oh my
look like
God.
you're in great
Yeah,
shape, and you
not
look
like
like
him.
you got to be in the gym. This son of a bitch is like,
He's legit.
star athlete. I mean, this guy's
Yeah,
incredible shape. And he's a very down to earth, very smart in business. Built a nice family. But also I loved his music. So, but I mean, I probably just told you 3 rappers that your people that are listening to you actually know who the hell they are. Like this guy's
yeah.
like in the Museum of Natural History talking about T Rexes and like, you know what I'm saying, Triceratopses and shit. But I mean, that was my era, and I used to listen.
Puffy, if you ever watch this, but I don't know that he's a top 3 rapper of all time, in my opinion. Jay Z, I would definitely say it definitely is. But you got to have Tupac or Biggie in there, man. Come on.
Well, okay, so you see, the thing about that is that was like, believe it or not, after me. You know what I mean? That was like a little later. And then, that movie about those 2 guys was fucking great. I mean, I love that movie. And, Biggie Smalls had amazing music and obviously had a big influence
Yeah,
on Jay-Z.
oh,
If you read
100%.
Michael Eric Tyson's book, and, my son, Anthony, who calls himself the Mooch, and his Twitter feed is at Mooch World, and his Instagram feed is at Mooch, is in the rap and video business. And so he's a videographer living out in LA. He's worked for Travis Barker, Machine Gun Kelly, a new artist by the name of Ian Dior. He's worked for Will I Am from the Black Eyed
Sure,
Peas.
yeah.
So my son is big time into film and production. And he would tell you, man, Dad, the music now almost has like a punk influence to it. If you go listen to Machine Gun Kelly, he's got a little bit of the knack in it, circa
Mm.
1979. And so what you find from these guys is always a remix. And I also think it's apropos to business, Jay, because I have remixed ideas from others. I've seen something that I liked in somebody else's matrix, and I've said, okay, I'm going to take that, but I'm going to make it this way or that way. Talk about Bitcoin for a second. The Grayscale Trust, I'm
Yeah,
so impressed with. Guys did an
yeah.
amazing job. $40 billion of assets under management, priced a little high. So let me create a mousetrap that I think will be more acceptable as I'm trying to democratize this thing. Oh, by the way, Grayscale's not trading at a premium right now, but for a very long period of time, it was a 20 to
Yeah, that's
30%
right. Yeah.
premium. And so let me create something that doesn't have that 20%,
Cheaper, and cheaper
30%
fees, right?
premium,
Yep.
cheaper, lower fees, that sort of thing. So you're always trying to build a
Yeah.
better mousetrap.